Hey Karu, I thought I'd make a video of what I've been up to the last couple weeks. Today is the Monday, the 8th of January, and as you'll see, there's a lot of footage here from the week after Christmas when we had some lovely snow, and Sarah and I got out and walked in the snow. Um, yeah, so the last couple weeks, um, I actually have found a bunch of lectures and panel discussions online that I've been listening to, and some of them have been about um, cultural relativism and identity politics and how that plays out on college campuses and the problems it's been causing, and actually how identity politics undermines the attempts to create political change, to foment change, because you end up focusing on your own little problems rather than looking at big, and actually you end up shouting, and it's all about self validation rather than actually looking for external change. So I've watched actually a number of different videos about that and found them to be really interesting. At the same time, I've been listening to these lectures by this guy named Stephen Phelps on science and religion, and from a Baha'i perspective, talking about science, cosmology, physics, and understanding of what science is and what its strengths and weaknesses are, and how that relates to the principles of science, religion, and the Baha'i faith, and actually the teachings of other religions. And that's been really cool and fun as well. Actually, I've been really enjoying it. I've listened to several hours. He's got like a 20-hour class online, and I've probably listened to a quarter of it or a third of it. Been enjoying that a lot. Sometime it might be fun to sit down and talk to you about it. But anyway, in addition to doing that, I've been working for Sarah a lot recently. And so I've been actually mapping her books and capturing that stuff in the database. And I know I've talked to you about that in the past because I have actually done, we had Gareth a couple summers ago go through the books and actually capture data about the books. So he was capturing each event one at a time and kind of the overall flow and all the characters and all the places. So I've actually started mapping those, and you should be seeing those maps now. I've finished the mapping of the first two books in the novella, and I'm kind of backing up a little bit and trying to clean it up at this point. But it's super fun because it's like putting together a puzzle, sort of. I'm reading the books and mapping the locations and then fitting everything together, making sure the dates all line up and the places all line up. And considering that Sarah didn't have everything sort of perfectly mapped out when she wrote the books, it's amazing how good they are. I found a couple minor discrepancies, but nothing that actually makes any big difference. So I've spent a lot of time on that, and I'm going to continue to do so. I figure it's going to take me about 2 to 3 months to get all the books done. It might take me a little less, but it depends on how difficult some of them are. Some episodes are harder to map than others. So the other thing I've been doing actually is working on the camper van. So I think I told you earlier that I was putting up this white contact, it's a vinyl actually, to cover some of the wood paneling. I also actually there was a headrest there by that cushion that I took off. But the white stuff on the cabinets, I really like. It brightens up the space a lot. Well, I also, just today, I added this little footstep here that folds out like from a boat, so that it makes it easier to get up on the bed. My back's to the bed right there, so you can't see. And I drilled this little hole under the sink to try to increase warm airflow, and I have a vent cover coming for that. I've also done some insulation stuff, add insulation to the windows there, and this piece of insulation over the bed. So actually when I sleep in the bed now, usually even in the summertime, if it's at all cool, I feel the cool air coming in from there. The other thing I did was replace the cell phone signal booster. And we had some issues with the other one. It turned out it was just the power source, but I replaced it anyway and gave the other one, fixed the other one and gave it to my parents so that hopefully they'll have better cell signal. Oh, and I'm really actually happy with this. I got this new antenna, and I actually got the idea to build this this little thing that allows you to put it down and back up. And then this is the interior antenna. So I got all the ideas on how to do this watching YouTube videos. So finally, the other thing I've been doing is doing a lot of walking, and was a morning a few days ago. Actually, this was last week with Scott Fairley. We've been walking on weekend mornings, and a lot of time it's been super icy and a lot more kind of sliding around than walking. But it really has made for a lovely, lovely time. So that's what I've been up to. Really quick and dirty. A lot of stuff thrown in there. But I figured I'd make a video and give you an update. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Take care.